go through that as a child certainly defines your perspective. It doesn't impact your perspective,
Yeah.
it defines your perspective. So I'm sure you do treat every day as a great opportunity and probably don't let small things bother you these days.
Well, you do have to know what is really important in life, but if you're sometimes really small things do bother me. We all get these little things that happen to us, and you can get crazy over them, and you say to yourself, "Oh, forget it. It's not important in the book of life, But I think we all get crazy sometimes. My husband really likes, he says, I have to live 1,000% every day, and then when the light switch goes off, I'm out. I'm just totally on and totally off. There's no cruising in between. He likes to sort of cruise in the easy lane, We're really different. We have different personalities, but that's probably a good thing.
So you're driven as a kid.
Yeah.
You go to high school, you finish valedictorian of your class, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from there you go on to college at the University of Wisconsin.
Right.
Where you majored in?
Science. I was a science major. I have a minor in communications, but I was in biology, actually. And I was really always fascinated by the brain. I've been always fascinated my whole life by the brain and how the brain works, and I really thought, well, maybe I'm going to be a neurosurgeon. That's kind of what I was thinking of doing. By the way, let me tell you a little story about being valedictorian. Does anybody have experience of being a valedictorian in there's class in school?
Come
I bet there are
on,
people
folks.
Don't
We
be
know
shy.
we've got a couple in
Come
here.
on, there are a few. Here's
So embarrassed to be smart.
yeah. It's okay to be smart.
They all are.
In my school, South Milwaukee High School, public school, suburb of Milwaukee, I think the valedictorian usually gave the address, the graduation address. But I wasn't allowed to give it. They always had boys give it. The 5th ranked person in our class, who was a boy, got to give the address.
No.
And my mother never forgave them. And we've come a long way since then, hopefully. But it just gives you a little. I wanted to tell you that story only because I got over it. I just went past it and tried not to even think about it again. But it bothered my mother to the day she died at 93. She just never could get over the fact that they would discriminate against a girl that way. And I just give you that so you can have some perspective on how we have at least progressed beyond that point to a large degree, and in some ways why I really try to help women. We'll get onto that later, but I really think it's important. It's important for everybody to have an equal opportunity, and it's just a story from a different period of time, but it was interesting.